DropCam product team are here to present the roadmap for 2015-16 and get the approval from the VPs to proceed with the development. My name is Kamini and Alok will be my co-presenter, and the rest of the team, Kiran, Mike, Andre, and Leon. Sky.
I'll be on a white page.
So our problem statement from last quarter pretty much remains the same. We did some market research and customer interviews, and we found that a big portion of young families want to have some kind of monitoring or security system in their house, but are not willing to sign up a 2 or 3 year contract with traditional security companies like ADT or Comcast, and not willing to pay a huge amount of money. So for this segment, our product DropCam easily fits in because it's just a one-time charge. They buy the cameras, install them wherever they want in the house, and they get a live monitoring feed on their mobile app or browser remotely, and they can keep track of things going in their house and around on BTCX. And now that we are the part of Nest and Google family, we have a lot more to offer for our customers. So the target opportunity, 83% of the young crowd, which is around 45 million homeowners or renters, they still don't have any security system. So that would come out to somewhere 38 million household opportunity in US market. And we believe that if they are presented with a cloud recording service at the right price point, then we get the opportunity to sell both DropCams as well as have a continuous revenue stream with the cloud recording service. So currently DropCam has 2 types of cloud recording, optional cloud recording services. One is the 7-day continuous recording, one is 30-day continuous recording. The 7-day is $9.99 a month, the 30-day one is $29.99. So to develop our roadmap, we went to the customers to see what are the features that they like and what are the features they would like to see more in our product. And this is what some of the feedback that they have. For cloud recording, the customers say that we would actually like to see the usage of it for us before signing up any subscription for it. And the cost of cloud recording service will also matter in deciding DropCam versus other competitors. Also, camera should have features like distinguishing human versus pet and recognizing family members versus strangers. And outdoor option is nice to have because you just don't want to track things inside the house, but see what's going on in and around your house, in the backyard, if kids are playing around and stuff, or people coming in the front door. Most of our customers said that they would like to see clips of key events rather than a continuous recorded feed, and they are willing to pay for cloud storage of those clips as well. So that leads to the proposed features. So besides the current features that they already like the continuous video streaming, motion and sound alerts, and subscription service, super convenient apps on iOS, Android. They would like to have outdoor camera version. So these are our proposed features. So outdoor camera version, clip recording on sound and motion detection, free trial for cloud recording, click to call 911, and facial recognition, ability to distinguish pet versus human, stranger versus a family member. So this is what we have for the whole feature set.
Is there a speaker on the DropCam?
Yes.
There is.
And this leads to our MVP. So for MVP, the goal is to promote low-cost cloud recording subscription and provide some of the basic features. that they like. So like clip recording, free trial for crowd recording service for our premium tier, which is the 7-day and the 30-day. Introduce a new low tier crowd recording service plan, which is like 3 days for $4.99, and that we like store the clips only, not the continuous footage. Some search engine optimizations, and then integration with Chromecast to make the things hands-free and watch the monitoring feed on TV.
Okay, going back to the prior slide, I don't really understand the connection between these two slides. Like Chromecast integration wasn't there. Facial, so walk me through your list of proposed features and how that relates to MVP.
So these are the list of main proposed features. We are adding some additional things on top of it in our releases, which are not covered in this slide. This is just a...
So you're adding on to this for MVP?
No, this is not MVP. This is the whole list.
This is everything to the whole roadmap.
Whole
And
roadmap.
everything is subset.
So these are highlights of the, so in what way, what of these bullet points is Chromecast a subset of?
So Chromecast, yeah.
It's part of
it's
the
not-
integration.
Integration, and this is to compare between the current features and the proposed features that we're going to do. And the next one, next slide talks about the MVP, where we added Chromecast integration based on some customer feedbacks, which is.
So this is what the customers wanted, and based on that, you chose a set of MVP features, may not include everything that's on the proposed list.
Yes.
And I think Keela's point is valid, though, that it's kind of confusing, because you think of a walk and a build-up, and then it's like, oh, I got a left turn instead of going straight.
So we can keep moving on, but I just wanted to point that out, that there's that lack of continuity there.
And to test the MVP, we would make some configuration changes in the home page, listing the cloud recording service options and the low tier plan. So for the prototype, so currently it shows the 7-day and 30, we would add this clip recording and the 30-day free trial thing.
And again,
on the
this
page.
is some of the prototypes, not all.
Yeah, so this is the free trial prototype. And the video clips, they can delete, they have the timestamps, and those have the options to delete as well. The customer has the option to delete as well. And this is the Chromecast one, where you can project the feed from your device to the TV. And for that, I'll hand over to Alok for the roadmap and
So we're going to talk about methodology, development methodology before we talk about roadmap. So our development methodology, we chose Scrum with a 1-month sprint and 5 developers. So target is to finish 20 points per month and daily sprint. And the reason to choose Scrum is the value realized every release. You can better manage your risk, and you can do retrospection after every release. You can prioritize every day of your after every day you can deprioritize your work right. I'm sure that you're better shape after each sprint. Talk about roadmap for 2015-16. On the roadmap, starting from MVP to the 5th quarter, because of the cargo, we are focusing on making the cloud subscription more attractive and retaining the premium cloud subscription users. So in our MVP, we talked to a lot of users, and the bone of contention was your plan. The cloud recording plans are very expensive. So the first MVP, we're targeting to create a low-cost cloud recording service, which is 3 days, $4.99. And with this, we're offering clip recording, and we are also adding the Chromecast integration, Chromecast integration for the existing users, because a lot of the users we talk, they use Chromecast as a baby monitoring tool. So they want to, a lot of the moms, they want to see, they want to do their work and watch the video feed. They can't watch on the mobile phone or the laptop. We thought it would be a cool idea to integrate Chromecast so that they can see the video feed on their TV. And this is again for the users who have the subscription. So our target is to increase the 15-20% in cloud recording subscription that we have now.
So what does go have to do with MVP?
That's just an additional feature, which is a very minimal development. So we thought it would increase our visibility in the market.
Right, but it's not,
Part of this feature.
that's not really, yeah, that's not really an MVP per
That's
se,
not
right?
a
It's a
feature,
marketing.
but it would increase your visibility in the market. So what we are targeting is, when we are targeting to attract more and more customers to that. So we thought the search engine is not a lot of development points, but we can at least reach out to multiple customers.
And one of the reasons also the curveball, since we outsourced a great deal of our original MVP, it opened up a whole lot more opportunity to pull some stuff forward. And since we're doing Agile, we pulled a couple things in because a huge chunk sort of like Fitbit, like disappeared. So we're like, oh, well, now we can pull some things forward.
Got it.
Next release, quarter 3 of 2015. So this release, we're targeting increasing our premium cloud recording subscription users. And this is where we thought, since we are not able to do all the trial subscription and the MVP, so we moved to R1. And in R1, we are hoping to get 5% trial conversion. So this is where we are offering free trial for all our subscription services, all the tiers, to every new user that's signing up for DropCam. This is where we're adding facial detection, and this is for the premium subscription. Our target is to kind of reduce the number of alerts or accurate alerts, so they can detect whether it's intruder is a human or an animal, so that users have to, based on the alert, they can act on them. And this is again for our premium users, and we are thinking to reduce the attrition from 12% to 8%. R2, this
So
is,
just one to make this point.
Sure.
I can't read this slide.
okay.
Color
The text is
selection
impossible to read.
I can't read it.
Let's turn this light on.
No, I mean, it's the color selection, the contrast is just like
Okay.
all.
Next time. Change
You
the
mean
text.
white on white doesn't work for you? You mean white on white doesn't work for you? Okay. That was a curveball we were throwing at you guys, yeah.
You can get your laser surgery.
Andy can read it.
Andy, what do you think?
So R2, release 2 of the last quarter of 2015. While we're focusing on targeting our cloud subscription, we're switching a gear a little bit. We talked to a lot of users who want to have a outdoor camera, or they're actually outdoor version of, there are third-party vendors who are actually selling outdoor cameras for DropCam. So we wanted to make sure that we can get into that market and create an outdoor camera of our own, so that when the user actually comes to the website to buy DropCam, they can actually buy some accessories for DropCam. And also, there are hacks available for battery packs, and we're also trying to make sure that we get that to the users. We're adding a PayPal payment option here in R2, and the last one, which is a big ticket item, is facial recognition. So this is where we're starting to work on the facial recognition, the infrastructure and architecture in R2, which we're targeting to finish in R3. This is the starting of the 2016, starting quarter of the 2016. The idea of facial recognition is to create an intelligent alert for premium cloud record subscription users. Our target is the user will get a better alert, like if you can store your 10 faces and it'll match. So a lot of the users want to see, like if your kids are home, it'll send you an alert, your kids are home, instead of just sending you an alert saying that somebody's home or something like that. So if you want to see some faces, positive and negative, like we talked to a user, she said, I don't want my daughter's boyfriend coming next to, sneaking into his room or something. You can do that with intelligent alert. You can get a.
Everybody else sneaking into a room is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so you can get a intelligent alert saying this guy's home. You probably do something. So that idea is to kind of target our premium, so adding some value to the premium subscription users, so they get to see that when you're paying so much money, so you're getting actually better results of a facial recognition. So this is the answer to a curveball. So this is what, since we have outsource all of our, a lot of our e-commerce features. So in R4, we're actually making use of our facial recognition and Google now to use the voice command features to integrate with the Nest appliances. So right now, the DropCam has a microphone. So integrating with Google now, so you can use a voice command to operate your Nest appliances. So this is where we are integrating. And another feature we are adding is unlocking your doors with the facial recognition. So based on if you don't want to get the keys out to your anybody, your family members, anything, or somebody showing up at your doorstep unannounced. So with the facial recognition, you can actually unlock your doors to them. And we are getting active users of these two features, 20% of the users. So next slide. Risk mitigation. So we identified two major risks, or two major risks. So one of the major risks is outsourcing e-commerce and accessories doesn't meet our deliverable timelines. So idea is to bring in or start spending the outsource budget ahead of the plan so that we get to see if there is, we can plan ahead of deliverable timelines in case we miss the timeline. Second one is de-scoping auto release. So there are few minor features like PayPal options which you can de-scope for auto release and use that budget ahead of schedule in case there is the e-commerce team doesn't meet our criteria. And the facial recognition is less accurate and can't recognize all 10 people. So this is one of the risks where your facial recognition algorithm doesn't work the way you planned it. So this one is kind of reducing our scope and reducing it to recognize 2 faces instead of 10 faces.
Is there a reason why you think if you can't recognize 10, you can't recognize 2? I mean, I guess my point is like, if you believe the issue is training, meaning if it has to see you n number of times from different angles before it, then that's fine. But are you saying 10 people who it has for access to, you can't see because you won't be able to see 2? So
We thought about that, and I think we thought about that in terms of accuracy. It's not like if you're not able to recognize one face, and that means the facial detection is not working.
And I think what some of our concerns was like seeing like multiple faces in an image and not being able to pick them all at once and things like that. So we were, that's kind of what
Like
we
groups
thought
of
the
people
concern.
when you're having.
Because we thought that the facial recognition is already there and it's kind of tested, so most of the cases it's working. So we thought we're picking up the existing libraries and doing it, so it's kind of more accuracy that we're targeting. Not be able to finish those with the 100% accuracy. That's what we see the risk.
Any final points on the slides before we get to the final question? Nicely done. Okay. Questions, feedback? I'll open up to class first. I think it's been like 3 groups since anyone in class asked a question. So I'm going to wait until someone in class asks another question.
Come on, guys. Yeah, there's questions from the board.
What was the demographics for the customer interviews that you did? Like, who was your target, like roughly the customers that you were able to contact?
Young professionals who are.
Young renters, young professionals, young families.
Yeah, renters and new house owners. Yeah.
And were they familiar with DropCam already?
Some
Yeah,
of them.
some of them were, yeah.
Some were using it.
Some of them were existing DropCam or some of them were competitors like ADT and others. So,
And some were considering, but had, were kind of on the fence of like, do I want a camera or not? Not sure.
Convince
What was the
anyone?
overlap with Nest?
What's that?
What was the overlap with Nest customer? Because I see one of your features to help engagement was integration with Nest, but that only works if a lot of them have Nest.
So it's interesting when you look at the market for Nest and the price point that it's at, it doesn't overlap heavily with the market for DropCam today, right? DropCam is marketed as a cheaper solution to the traditional ADT market. Nest is offered as a, and DropCam is mobile, you can take it with you as you move and things like that. Nest is like a $350 thing that you put in your home for cost savings over a long period of time in terms of energy savings. So there wasn't a heavy overlap there for us in terms of when we did our customer insights. You know, most of the folks that were thinking about or had some sort of IP camera type setup weren't really Nest customers.
Why do you think integration with Nest is a good idea?
I think in terms of if you're forward looking and you're looking at the whole making your intelligent home marketplace, I think that's why Google involved DropCam, because I think in the forward evolution, if you look at 2-3 years forward, there's a lot of companies that are making a play in that intelligent home market space. And they already have a pretty heavy integration with a lot of like garage door opener people, lock people, lighting, things like that. And I think having a DropCam and a visual eye on the home is a key component to making those integrations work.
So Matt, you were saying.
Google's ears and eyes into your house.
Yeah, the curveball was they had engagement issues, right?
Sorry, what?
The curveball was they had engagement issues on the DropCam.
No.
No,
We
e-commerce.
outsourced all our e-commerce features.
No,
so we're
e-commerce
heavy
is
on
outside.
compliance.
What do you do after your facial recognition?
Yeah, what's the long range?
I got it, and I heard a bunch
So
of gee whiz features.
I
I was gonna ask you how well you tested customer feedback on some of those features you threw in instead of working on the e-commerce side.
So we had already gotten some customer feedback in terms of, I want to be able to tell the difference between my cat walking around the house and like a burglar, right? In terms of getting activity alerts. Because we did get feedback from, I remember two specific interviews where if you looked at the notes, there was somebody that says, I have cats and I don't have a DropCam because, or something like that, where I just don't see the value in it, because I would just keep getting these false notices, right? So we did have initial feedback.
So Keela,
Yeah.
you should go ahead and do.
I have a few sort of critique notes. So first thing, I really like that you made clear at the beginning of the presentation that you were looking for approval. Like I think more people need to talk at the beginning of the meeting in terms of what they intend the outcome to be. So I think that was a good technique. I felt like there was a lost opportunity to thread together the customer feedback with the features intended with the roadmap. Right, and part of that could have been the themes. I saw themes on your roadmap. You should have tied those themes in from the get-go. So I just sort of saw that evolution over time, and I started seeing the same thing. When I first saw your list of features, it looked kind of like this random scattershot list of a wish list. So that was just sort of something there. I question free trial, just given that this is one of those customer needs that, like, in 7 days, I'm not going to see anybody in my house, hopefully, right? And so what have I learned? I've learned maybe this doesn't have value. So you need to think about free trials are good if you can get somebody hooked on something, but maybe not such a good idea in a scenario like
That
this.
is the target actually, once you start. Because a lot of the users are shying away from signing up for the cloud recording because they think it's expensive. If we can give them a free trial, like the features you have is like the cloud recording services. We have features like social share, where you can upload your videos to YouTube, like kids videos and any videos that you have to DropCam. It's easy to share, but that's only available through cloud recording services. So we're giving a free trial to the users so that they can hook up to these features that we have there, and they can see the value in the cloud recording services.
Is 30 days enough to prove that there's something to watch?
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just concerned.
How do
that-
you stoke
There is
up
a-
the interest?
There is a service that I would encourage you guys to look into. It's called TTT.
IFT. And now it's called IF. They're gonna name themselves.
I think that would be extremely valuable.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
actually
good.
great feedback. It's like automated workflow.
Okay.